given what happened to you at Tottenham, the way the players have responded to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
Not at all. Not at all. I think I said a couple of weeks ago on this show that it was probably one of the easiest jobs he's ever going to have. You know, Jose's, the way he was going about playing wasn't the Manchester United way. I don't necessarily blame Jose for that. I don't feel like he should have changed. You know, everyone knows about football that he plays a pragmatic style, which is not accustomed to a Manchester United badge. Ollie knows exactly how Manchester United play. And he's took the shackles off the boys and let them play with freedom. He's given the confidence to be able to take it to the opposition. And I think they've got good players. Some of these guys we're looking at now playing for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer are unrecognisable to the ones we saw under Jose Mourinho. So, in my opinion, he can't do any more. I think it was a very clever move to give him the job at that stage and to make that decision to sack Jose Mourinho ahead of the games what he's had. Because on paper, yes, Manchester United should have won them games. But Giggsy's absolutely right. Man United wasn't winning the games what they should have won under Jose Mourinho. This is the acid test today. If he comes through this, I think they've got a real chance of finishing in the top four. If Tottenham don't win this game, you can forget about winning the league title.
What's it like, Ryan? It's slightly different when you were placed in there, but you go into a dressing room that, for whatever reason, wasn't happening. What's the first thing that you did that perhaps Ollie's done as well in terms of getting the group together?
Well, reminding the players how good they are. It's little tweaks. It's like you see with golfers.
Yeah.
You just got just a little tweak to the game that someone else on the outside might have seen. Ollie's been to a few games before he took over. I was at a game, sat next to him. You know, and he was pointing out to me, you know, look at the fullbacks. They're not high enough. You know, things that we were used to. You know, things that you associate with Man United teams. OK, you'll score 2, we'll score 3. And I think he's instilled that back into them, that we need to score goals, we need to attack. And if we're all higher up the pitch, then it just poses the opposition that question. And all of a sudden, teams are going from, right, it's Man United, we've got a chance today, to actually, oh, yeah, we'll be defending, we'll be deeper. And with the front players that United have got, not only the starting players, but off the bench, and you've seen Sanchez, you've seen Lukaku, now having an impact, it rivals any team within the Premier League, the firepower that United have got.
And you've said to me many times when you were in that situation at Tottenham, you got them smiling again. You got them enjoying coming into training.
Yeah.
And there seems to be a lot of parallels here with what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has done with the Manchester United group.
Yeah, 100%. You can't just go on match days and turn it on and off. You have to be happy within the environment where you go every single day. And it can't only be the playing staff who are happy. It has to be the people in and around your training ground. If you've got a happy staff, you've got happy training players, and you've got a happy manager, and then your fans become happy because you start winning football matches. That cloud has now lifted from Manchester United Football Club. There was a horrible cloud hanging over them, and now it has been lifted. It's been lifted because they now believe they're getting back to what Manchester United have been accustomed to and what we've been used to watching over many, many successful years.
Now, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, of course, as we know, scored one of the most famous goals in Manchester United's history. It was revealed this week that one Mauricio Pochettino was actually in the stadium when you won the European Cup. Ryan, there he was. That's his quote. I was there in the crowd in the Nou Camp in '99. I remember when he scored the second goal in injury time and how I shouted the goal. It was unbelievable because I was neutral. It's that type of moment, you know. I didn't know he was there. He was playing for Espanyol at the time, in fairness.
Yeah, interesting that he'd bring that up, really. He didn't suppose need to, did he?
Why would he, Ryan?
Good question.
I'm full of them.
I think we've got two managers here who want to concentrate on the job, but actually, at the same time, don't want to rule themselves out of the job. They'd be stupid to. I know Pochettino's done a great job and he's got a job to do at Tottenham, but you'll see he's not going to rule himself out of the job. He's not going to say, yeah, I want it. But also at the same time, he might just drop little things in there, like Ollie will. Ollie's saying, I need to concentrate on my job in hand. But, yeah, if they offer him the job at the end, he's going to take it.
He's not stupid, is he, Mauricio? He knows.
Why has he said that, Tim?
He knows it is a seed, what he's planted in there. No need to come out and say it. But he said it. It's probably correct what he's saying. He wasn't neutral because he would play for Espanyol, so he obviously wanted. I just believe he's clever. He knows he's got Tottenham where he wants them at the moment. He's got Daniel Levy exactly where he needs to have him. Of course, Daniel doesn't want to leave him. Not for all the money in China will he let Pochettino leave the football club. But if Pochettino decides he wants to go and manage Manchester United and he comes out and tells the world, it's impossible to stop him leaving. I believe he'll stay at the football club and finish off what he started, which is creating a...
So from a Tottenham point of view, as a player, as a fan, would you like to see him say that now, publicly?
Oh, yeah, obviously you would.
So why isn't he?
I think he's keeping his options open. Obviously, he's got to look towards the two clubs and feel like, yes, he's in a good position at the moment. And yes, Daniel Levy and Tottenham Hotspur Football Club has been very good for Mauricio Pochettino, and he's been good for them. Now, he's got to look towards the future. Everyone keeps asking the question to him, you've not won anything yet in your managerial career. He's still a young man in managerial terms. You need to start winning trophies. Does he feel he can win it with Tottenham? Or does he feel he needs to move to either a Real Madrid, who will undoubtedly be there for him, or Manchester United, who looks like Mauricio Pochettino at the moment has to be front of the queue. He fits the bill for Manchester United. He looks to bring through young players. He looks to build a club without spending a king's ransom. And I think that every chairman and owners within the Premier League would want him as their manager. I think he ticks all the boxes. Now, it's up to Tottenham to persuade him to stay. I believe they'll be able to do that.
Would he be the top of your list as a United fan?
Yeah, he would, because of the way, what the great job that he's done at Tottenham and the way he goes about it. You know, he just goes about his business. He's not controversial. He brings young players through. He plays attractive football. He's got a bit of steel in him. And, yeah, he's very attractive as a Man United supporter. That doesn't mean that it's a given that he's going to go to United and be a success. But at
hypothetically, if down the line it was announced, you would welcome that?
Yeah, I'd be happy. I would be happy. But you've got to think, what's successful at Tottenham? Getting them in the top four every year, winning the odd cup. With United, that's not enough. Right. So now he's got to weigh up. Success with United has got to be winning the league. Has got to be Champions League, winning cups every year. So where's he closest to? He's obviously closest to getting Tottenham in the top four every year. He'll probably get Tottenham in the top four for the next 3 or 4 years. Yeah. Or does he gamble and go to United, where you only be considered as a success if you win the league?
So that's interesting. You'd see it as a gamble if he went to United.
It's a gamble for anyone because of where United are now, and you've got Liverpool and City like that. You've got Tottenham also like that. And the ground that United have got to make up. It's not an easy job for anyone.
I think when you spend the money, £400 million, which Jose Nyon had at Manchester United, you're going to get nearer. You should be nearer to winning the Premier League. Now, I think the hierarchy there at Manchester United would think if we had someone like Mauricio Pochettino, possibly we wouldn't have to spend £400 million, and he would get us closer than what they are at the moment. I believe that is correct. He would do that. Once he goes to a football club and he sets his heart on being at that club, he buys into the project. There's no fracture between the board, the players and the management. They all sing off the same hymn sheet, and I think Mauricio is key to that. I think that is why he toes the party line wherever he's been. I think, and he's doing that now at Tottenham. He's saying all the right things at the right time. He is very, very clever. He knows what he's doing. And at the moment, like I say, he's got everyone eating out of his hands, especially Daniel Levy.
Fascinating discussion. Lots more, of course, ahead of the game at Wembley. Let's talk about the match itself and hear from Tottenham's recent productive partnership. We've been talking to Laura Woods.
Let's talk about this partnership between the two of you. Combined, you played 82 games that you started, and you scored 110 goals, which is an awful lot of goals. What's your initial reaction to that?
Still, I can't believe it, how he improved in 3.5 years, and me as well, especially, and we really understand very, very good. And he's on pitch, off the pitch, he's so professional, when he's player like him, he can be like a bit arrogant as well, but he's so humble, he works so hard, it's unbelievable, and off the pitch, he's also better. He's funny guy, and I'm really, really happy to work with him and enjoying life with him as well, and he's a great friend and great footballer as well.
I think we have that with a lot of the squads, and I think that's why we do so well, and that's part of our strength, is that, like we touched on earlier, we all get on along outside of football, whether it's in the training ground or out for meals or stuff like that. So it's important because, of course, it's a high pressure job and you play a lot of games, but it's important you have that relationship outside of that as well.
Would you say at the moment, Son, that you're in the form of your career?
Start the season, I was away with the Asian Games. I was played a lot of games and I was a bit tired as well. But after the international break, I will stay here training hard with the team, and I think this was why for me the turning points, and the team play well at the same time as well. And I think such a lucky to have this form in this special Boxing Day and special tough schedule. And yeah, I was very happy to score a lot of goals at this time as well.
A huge game, Manchester United. This stage of the season right now, they've found form. They are under new management. It looks like they're clicking again. Would you describe it as a bad time to play Manchester United for Spurs?
I don't think so. Obviously, Manchester United have always going to be a big club, a great club. They've obviously had spells this season where they haven't been doing well, but they're in a spell where they're doing really well now. Of course, it's going to be a tough game. They're going to be full of confidence, but yeah, we're at home. It's down to us to kind of get the crowd off their feet and play with a high tempo and hopefully get the win.
And it's the last time you're going to play a game before you go back and you take part in the Asian Cup. And just describe how proud it makes you to be a part of that.
It's not easy, for me to leave this team at this important time, and it's a bit sad. I left already. I missed already 1 month's start season. It's a bit tough for me, but I want to go with 3 points, with confidence to do that.
You can see their relationship off the pitch as well. From a Manchester United point of view, Ryan, he's had special dispensation to go late to the Asian Cup, Son.
Yeah, shouldn't be allowed.
I was going to say, I bet you wish he'd gone earlier, because he's been terrific this season, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. And, over the last couple of seasons, we've been talking about the relationship with Dele Alli and Kane, and now it's Son. He's been outstanding. You see the physicality of him. But now he's added goals on a consistent basis, and whereas he was coming on, being an impact, playing the odd game, now, he's one of the first names on the sheet, and like Kane, just all types of goals. He runs in behind, he receives the ball, makes goals, and you can imagine he'd be a dream to play with.
7 in 7, Is he a player you feel can really hurt United defensively today, Tim?
Yes, absolutely. I think the reason he is playing so well is when they're offensive players and they play over rhythm and they play regular, then they end up scoring goals. He's done that at Leverkusen, he's done that at Hamburg previously. He's a goal scorer. And that's what he's showing now at Tottenham. They're going to miss him. They're going to miss 3 Premier League games, 5 in all competitions. Tottenham can't afford to lose 1 Premier League game if they want to win the title. So hopefully he's not going to have too much impact when he actually does leave. They need to get this one out of the way today, but they've got the likes of Lucas Moura now and Lamela, who come and scored a few goals early on the season. Looks like he has had a steady improvement. But without doubt, any team would miss a player of his quality.
Before we move on, because lots more to discuss near a kick-off, if Spurs win today, can they still win the title for you, Tim?
Yeah, they can. I think they can. I think they're in a title race. I think it would need Liverpool to really trip up. For me, I would still maintain Man City are the favourites. I still think they are. They go course and distance. They know how to get over the line, and I think they've got experience to be able to do that.
OK, I won't pain Ryan asking about Liverpool and Manchester City yet at this stage. When we come back, we'll focus on the first game of the day. 2 teams, 2 managers, one in particular who's been under scrutiny.